This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Back on the day of Kyle Rittenhouse's acquittal for murder, the killer, he is indeed a killer, an admitted killer, not a murderer, not a convicted murderer, but a killer. On the day that he was acquitted, I said that the right was going to turn him into some kind of a hero. And I suspected that this transition from mere acquitted murderer, found not guilty, that the transition would be 6 months or so. I didn't know it would be as quick as it has been. And he was invited to Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA MAGA rally, where Donald Trump Jr. spoke, and Lauren Boebert spoke, and Marjorie Taylor Greene spoke, and Jesse Waters from Fox News spoke. Just this panoply of dum-dums. These inflamers of culture wars that aren't really a thing, they don't really exist. They were there, and they had Kyle Rittenhouse show up. And they played it like a theme song for him as the raucous crowd cheered and wailed in excitement for someone whose only claim to fame, only essence of notoriety, is that he killed some people. And he's being celebrated as a returning war hero. Watch this moment from the Turning Point USA Dum Dum Rally, and let's talk about this remarkable moment on the other side.
Get loud for Kyle. This is the most famous TikToker in America. 4 doors, more whores. He's in there.
Killer, killer, killer. Wicka, wicka, wicka. Kyle Rittenhouse. This is who they hold up as people to be emulated, people to celebrate. Is someone, again, whose only claim to fame is having taken the lives of multiple other human beings. We are in a dangerous spot, not just with our country, but the Republican Party continues to put the greater nation at risk with this kind of behavior. And I'm going to read 3 or 4, maybe 5 paragraphs from this NBC News op-ed by a woman named Ashley Pratty Oates. I don't know if her name is Pratt or Prate or Pratty, but Ashley Pratty Oates. She's a communication strategist and board member for Republican Women for Progress. And the title of her op-ed is Kyle Rittenhouse speaking at Turning Point's USA conference sends a dangerous message. Whether or not you agree with the verdict is one thing, but glorifying someone who fatally shot 2 people and injured someone else is a whole different thing. This is someone who ostensibly shares a cross-section of ideology with these people. The Republican Party continues to idolize those who create headlines, and Kyle Rittenhouse is no different. And as he's now being hailed as an American hero within right-wing circles, on Monday, he spoke at the conservative Turning Point USA America Fest conference. America Fest. It's an America Fest. No originality, no creativity. Disgusting. Which brings together young conservatives and a slew of speakers who are no strangers to controversy, such as Marjorie Taylor Greene, Candace Owens, and Tucker Carlson. This is dangerous, bizarre, and concerning. It's no secret that Rittenhouse's trial was divisive across the country. His acquittal on homicide charges was even more divisive, especially as those in right-wing circles immediately praised the verdict and even offered him internships in congressional offices, exploiting the outcome for political opportunity. With multiple GOP lawmakers weirdly vying for his attention, it gave Rittenhouse an overnight celebrity status within the right-wing fringe of the party. I would push back on that timeline. I think that his overnight celebrity status happened that night, that summer in Kenosha, when he killed 2 individuals and gravely wounded another. Rittenhouse's invitation to this pro-Trump conference goes a step further. In the political climate, exalting him fans the flames of vigilantism. It is not impossible to think that for some in the GOP's base, the celebration of Rittenhouse sends a message that the violent January 6th insurrection was okay. After all, Rittenhouse claimed self-defense on the night he shot 3 people, killing 2, and the attack on the Capitol was the result of former President Donald Trump's big lie that the election was stolen and his supporters rushing to his defense and to defend America. What makes people like Rittenhouse attractive to the Republican Party is the idea that these individuals are outsiders, and the GOP welcomes them with open arms and gives them a platform in the absence of their own to advance the party's populist agenda. This is what many Republican voters are attracted to: outspoken and politically incorrect folks who aren't traditional or experienced politicians. Again, I would push back. I think she's maybe a little too close to the Republican Party. That it's not politically incorrect folks that they are hoisting into notoriety. It is dangerous vigilantes, killers, in fact. It's not politically incorrect what he did. It was taking the life of another human being. The Turning Point USA conference gives us a glimpse of who will be paraded around the 2022 midterms and beyond. The talking points at this conference will fuel the outrage machine that makes up the GOP platform. As someone who used to be in these circles in the early days of these conferences, it's clear to me what happens at these events. Speakers draw crowds and media attention, and these events are used to turn out the base and as a rallying cry for those looking for red meat issues while lacking any substance. That is something with which I can absolutely wholeheartedly agree, because they do lack substance. Because if they had substance, that would be a policy meeting. They would be talking about whether it be lowering taxes or whatever. That's what they'd be speaking of. Instead, they're putting on a pedestal someone who took the lives of 2 individuals that night. That's exactly why Rittenhouse was offered a speaking slot, to draw attendance and drum up headlines, and that's now what has happened. What's more, this won't be the last time we hear from him. The GOP will likely continue to use him on the campaign trail or for political gain until he's no longer useful to their agenda, which will eventually happen because young Kyle invariably is going to say something radical or racist or insane that even they cannot handle. They'll have to cut him loose. But they will use him. They will squeeze every drop of juice that they can from the dullard stone that is Kyle Rittenhouse. All the while inflaming passions all across the country, normalizing vigilantism. What do you think? I would love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. Thank you for engaging with my content. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore just about everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, the whole works. And if you appreciate what I do, if I bring you some value on a day-to-day basis or a smile or some information that you can carry on into your day, I would appreciate if you would consider supporting my work here on the platform for as little as $1.99 a month. You can become a channel member, help support and produce what I do here, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast and become a supporter there. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Keep your head on a swivel. Things are probably going to get worse before they get better, but they will indeed get better. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.